What up, people? It's Nickopz here, and I have hit my sub goal of 9K on YouTube, and I appreciate all of y'all for subbing. I am so happy I hit the goal, and now it's time to do my tier list. Now, I've been wanting to do a tier list for a while, but every time I got around to doing it, like a new patch would come out, or when I would get around to wanting to do it, a new patch would come out. Now, this is the perfect time to make a tier list. Now, another thing that y'all have to understand about this tier list, there's going to be two things that are going to be debated. I think my placement on Sonia and my placement on Lao. Those are the two main things. If you are going to get irritated at my placement over these two characters, I suggest you leave the video now. Also, if you're one of those people who see a couple placements you don't like and decide to judge the whole tier list because of that, I suggest you leave now too. I don't like when people do that. I personally think it's very stupid to look at a tier list and then only make one comment about it. Like, if somebody didn't like where I put, I don't know, Kodal, and then make a whole comment only talking about Kodal and not the tier list in a whole. But yeah, I can't stand when people do that. So I'm just putting that out there now. So let's get right into it. First things first, the best character in the game. We're going to go from best to worst. Some people like to go worst to best. I like to go best to worst. Best character in the game, 100% to me, like no debate. Where is she? I think you already know who I'm talking about, Jackie. When I discuss these characters, I'm going to name their best variation and then talk about it from there. Now, Jackie, her best variation, in my opinion, is either upgraded or first round KO. It's still kind of too soon to tell how much the upgraded nerfs impacted her, but first round KO is still a freaking menace. Um, this character did not receive enough nerfs, in my opinion. They were too focused on nerfing upgraded instead of her base kit, and it's her base kit that makes her stupid. You could just take base kit Jackie into a lot of matches, and she's still better than most of the characters in this game. So yeah, we got Jackie there as number one. She has amazing pressure, her own mechanics, a variation where she doesn't care about neutral. All her variations are good, actually. Like, she is the most complete character in this game, and she's the best. She's just dumb. Like, I don't know what they were thinking when they designed her, but we got her in the game, and we got to deal with her. Now, number two, Johnny Cage. Oh, wait, let me make sure this is right. Yep, Johnny Cage. Funny, a whole patch nerfing these two, and they're still the best in the game. Johnny Cage is amazing, and he is like just pure fundamentals. That's what the character is. He gets more cheesy in the outtake variation, but this character just defines what it is to be an amazing character. And let me make this clear because I'm so tired of people saying this. Like, people say this so much. You need a good mid in MK11. Johnny is the perfect example of you don't need a good mid in MK11. Like, a good mid helps. I'm definitely not oblivious to that. Having a good mid matters, but it's not end all be all. Like, if you have, I've been saying this for the longest, if you have a good high or a good low, you don't really need an amazing mid to go with that. And Johnny proves that. The character is just like really freaking good. He has a very good high, a very good low check. I should have freaking shook him when I was talking about low too. Freaking shook him as well, but he has a very good low, a very good high, very good projectile, very good plus frames, good auto shimmy, like good zoning. Man literally has everything, but obviously no command grab. But he literally has like everything else. People try to say he doesn't have a good mid, so they try to place him like lower. That doesn't matter when all of his other tools are just freaking bloated. And they also say, oh well, his crushing blows ain't good. That should say something else then. Like, if people are already putting this character this high and he doesn't even have crushing blows like that, imagine if he did have good crushing blows. But yeah, this character definitely belongs right there as number two in the game. Now, number three. This is gonna surprise a lot of people, but Joker. I think Joker is ridiculous, and as soon as he came out, I made a prediction video that people would just go on and on about this character being amazing because that's what he is. Joker is well, hold up. Joker has barely any cons. Let's put it like that. This character completely, like 100%, just does what he wants. And oh wait, I didn't say the best variation with Johnny. The best variation with Johnny, in my opinion, is Outtake. Okay, now back to Joker. The best variation with Joker is Ace of Knives. Now that, well, Ace of Knives, however you say it, but that variation is amazing. Joker is the best setup character in this game. He is how I think a setup character should be designed. If he just didn't have so many tools, I would say he would be a perfect character, but this character is just full of freaking tools too. And he has a 11 frame mid that is good in MK. Like, if you don't know, grabs are 10 frames, so having a 9, 10, or 11 frame mid is good if the mid is good. He has an 11 frame mid, a very good high, very good crushing blows, setups for days, plus frames for days because of the setups. Puts you in a lot of unfair situations. This character is ridiculous. And they might look into nerfing him into the future, but honestly, I think he's fine where he's at for now because if you play any other NRS games, you know Joker has been a joke. So I think it's good he finally got his time to shine. He is very good in this game. So yeah, that covers Joker. Liu Kang. His best variation in my opinion is the Luhan Quan variation. That variation just covers pretty much everything you need. Now, here's the thing about Liu Kang. Some people try to argue that he's right here, but this character is just like too good to me. Like, people think that I was downplaying this character because I was saying that he wasn't the best in the game when he wasn't. It was people were upplaying him, but that didn't stop me from realizing how dumb this character is. Like, Liu Kang is amazing, and he just has pressure for days. He's the second, well, I can't say second best pressure character. He's the third best pressure character in this game, and if you're wondering, we see 3 pressure characters in the best tier in the game. Check out my video on why pressure is so dumb in MK11 if you want to know why, you know, pressure characters are up here. But Liu Kang, he's just flooded with a bunch of good tools for MK11. He has the fast mid. He has the good crushing blows. Like, I don't want to say he is MK11 because that's more Jackie, but he is very amazing. Like, he checks you a lot, and he's so simple. Like, you can literally pick this character up in 15 minutes. Like, if you never played Liu Kang a day in your life, you could go to the lab right now and play with him for like 15 minutes and you learned him. He's simple, top tier, and he's like a go-to character at this point. He's the most played character on NCL. I don't know how I'm not sick of seeing him, but character's amazing. Just really good. The only place he suffers is, wait, making sure I say this right. The only place he suffers in is in the neutral, but that's still not a big deal because his high fireballs cover his neutral. That's what his neutral is meant to be, the high fireballs. So yeah, that covers Liu Kang. Now, up now we have Garrus. People are overreacting about Garrus. Garrus kit's too good to ever be like horrible. The character is still amazing. Just pick up New Era and Eternal if you want to keep doing Garrus things. I shouldn't have to say what makes Garrus so good. He has the forward 2, and it's amazing. Still, it has more mind games now, even though it's not as good as it was before. He just plays MK11 really well, but his nerfs did hit him, in my opinion. That's why I don't have him like right here, more like here. But he's still one of the best characters in the game. Amazing. Doesn't have to work that much. Just an easy, basic character like Liu Kang. He's just good. Eternal has more depth than the other variations, but nevertheless, it's still Garrus. Like, Garrus is Garrus. He's gonna hit you with his mids. He's gonna grab loop you all day, and he's just gonna do Garrus things. Still one of the best characters in the game, in my opinion. Now, up next we have Cetrion. Cetrion, in my opinion, is a character that a lot of people put like up here, but I just honestly don't see it. I don't want to be like one of those people that say, "Oh, she barely gets any place," or "Why are people saying that?" It's just I think she's a good character, but I don't think she's better than any of these characters right here. Like, she's the best owner in the game for sure. She has amazing tools. She has a lot of mind games. You have to chase her. Oh wait, best variation with Garrus is Eternal now, in my opinion. Now back to Cetrion. Best variation with her is the spring cleaning variation. That one is very good. She's just a solid. I don't want to say solid. She's a overpowered zoner. Now all of these characters are overpowered, in my opinion. Every last one in this tier, they're all overpowered. She's an overpowered zoner because she can put you in a lot of situations to where you just have to keep chasing her over and over again. If she didn't have a teleport like she shouldn't have, she would be like right here or right here. She should not have a teleport. Like, I understand that they nerfed it, but she shouldn't have it at all, in my opinion. I just feel like she shouldn't have it. Like, why does she have a teleport and she's a zoner? Makes no sense. And I think she belongs like towards the end of the S tier, like the best tier in the game. But she's a really, really good character. I just feel like some people overrate her, maybe because she's annoying, but she's good. Now we have Sonia. Now y'all know how I feel about Sonia. It. I have a lot of characters, not characters, a lot of videos talking about how I feel about this freaking character. This character is the most downplayed character in MK11. Like, I'm saying it right now. She literally was the best in people's eyes for like so long. She got one little bitty nerf that nerfed her damage like by a little bit, and then all of a sudden people are putting her right here. People are putting her right here. Like, that's ridiculous. This character has 50/50s for days. Best variation is the ring variation. I don't know what it's called, to be honest. Ring something. But that's her ringmaster. Yeah, that's her best variation. She has very good zoning, 50/50s, real 50/50s. She doesn't really struggle against many characters in the game. I don't know why people. Well, I know why people put her mid tier because she's not like doing good in tournaments. But if there was still a Sonya player placing top 5, people would have her up here where she belongs. She's amazing. Like, I keep saying, well, this is one thing people say about Sonya. She doesn't have a really good mid. Okay, but her mids are alright. Like, they're not amazing. She doesn't need amazing mids. She is a complete character. Like, if this character had a good mid, she would be up here. But her mids are just alright. Like, they're nothing too amazing, nothing too terrible. She's a good character. And I'm so sick of people downplaying this character. She's ridiculous. And the second Sonya starts placing top 5 again, people gonna be like, "Oh, I said Sonya was good all along." When in reality, they just joined the wave and put her right here. But she's not there at all. She's up here. She is amazing. She's like freaking. I've been saying this for the longest. She's like Liu Kang in a way. Like, she's Liu Kang, but with 50/50s instead, and of plus frames. She's amazing. And there's no reason that this community should be downplaying her this hard. But yeah, I got her right there. Next up, Terminator. Terminator is one of the best characters in the game. His best variation to me is Dark Fate. This character is another character people try to put like right here or here. They try to downplay this character a lot, but the character is ridiculous. Like, he's another coin flipper like Sonya. He just keeps you guessing all day. Like, he puts you in a lot of unfair mix situations, like you're playing freaking MK10. I should be calling him Jason. That's who he is. But this character is amazing. He has one of the best anti-airs in the game. A very good vortex, 50/50 vortex. I don't even want to call it 50/50s. It's way more than 50/50s, actually. Powered with command grabs, like unreactable low and overhead. This character is crazy. Like, I don't know how he made it past freaking testing. Like, this is not an MK11 character. He is dumb good. People try to downplay him also because they say he gets zoned out. All he has to do is work his way in, and once he works his way in, he's having the time of his life. Character is just really good. Now, now we have Nightwolf. I think now this is S tier. So I would define S tier as these are the best characters in the game. These are the characters that you're gonna see, played at the highest level a lot. And if you are trying to be sweaty as possible and have the best chance of winning, I recommend picking one of these characters. This is the best tier in the game. And this tier list is in order, by the way, if I haven't mentioned that. Now, we have Nightwolf. Nightwolf is a perfect character. He has a good overhead, a good auto shimmy, good mids, good counter zoning, decent zoning, and he's just a very solid, well-rounded character. Now, I would describe the S- tier as these characters would be up here if they had like one more thing, but I think this is the tier that these two tiers are where most characters should be, in my opinion. S- and A+. These are the viable tiers, and they are really well. Everybody's viable. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna say that. Most characters are viable in MK11. The only characters that I would say are unviable are like the C tier, but we'll get there. And even you could still make them work, but at the highest level, they have problems. But back to S- tier. Nightwolf is a solid character, like I said, all around. Like if he had a low, he would be up here, but he doesn't need a low. Matter of fact, if he even had a good anti-air, he would be like right here. But that is his biggest flaw. His anti-airs are trash. He has one good anti-air if you know that they're gonna jump, but besides that, he doesn't have good reactionary anti-airs, and that's what holds him back. If he had good reactionary anti-airs, he would be like so high. Like character is amazing, and the best variation is Motoko Warrior. But yeah, this character just wants to 1-1 you all day, down 3, grab you, and just play MK11. He's a perfect MK11 character in my opinion. He just doesn't have an anti-air. Matter of fact, if he had a good anti-air, he'd be my main. But yeah, I like the way the character plays, but not having a good anti-air can really hurt you unless you just are willing to get them sweaty, flawless block up twos. Now we have Elector. Collector. This character is amazing. I'm so happy that the community finally sees. This character, like I said in my last tier list video, he got a freaking list long of patches, and people were still putting this character right here. Like, it was one big patch that gave him so many things, and people were still putting him at C or B tier. Like, no. This character has every tool in the game but a fast poke. And the best variation is back in the pack. Like, everything in the game, not even kidding. Like, a low. He has like freaking 50/50s off of his low string as well. A command grab, good mids, a vortex, anti-zoning, a teleport. Like, I can keep going on. He just has everything. He's amazing. And if this character looked cooler, he would be one of the most played characters in the game. Like, he's ridiculous. He has every freaking thing but a fast poke. And still, his poke's like what, 8-9 frames? Like 8 frames. He can get around it. He is amazing. One of the best high launchers in the game too. Like damage for days. Like, how are people downplaying this character so long? But I'm happy finally people see it. That this character is good when a lot of people, even a lot of people at the highest level of the game, were putting him like right here. That just goes to show that people can be wrong about a character. The majority can be wrong about a character's opinion. Just putting that out there. But yeah. Up now, we have... Now, this is a character I am personally still a bit unsure about. I actually had planned a whole video coming out about this character, but this is one of the characters I can list as I'm unsure, but I think this is a good place to place her. But Sindel. Sindel is a character that has caught a lot of people's attention, and a lot of people are saying she's S tier. Now, personally, this is the first pick to where y'all can debate this one hard because I'm not sure about her like that. Like, she's good, she's annoying, but she's very, very annoying. And I notice with very annoying characters, people tend to overrate them heavily. So I feel like she should be like right here, but this is the one, like, there's always one character that I don't understand during like every patch life cycle. Last one, it was Frost. And she is the one I don't understand the most. I should have listed that at the beginning of the video, but yeah. A lot of people seem to put her right here. She seems like she has the tools. She's amazing at what she does. It's just kind of throwing me off that the variation that people were playing the least ended up being the best one. So yeah, but people still haven't opened up that second variation yet. That second variation actually has a lot of depth, and that's not something you see a lot in MK11. So yeah, I think she belongs like right here. But this one can be debated heavily. Should have made an unsure one, but y'all know that now. Now, this character has had one of the biggest glow ups in MK11, in my opinion. This character was horrible for the longest, and now he is in a perfect spot, in my opinion. And that is Kodo. Best variation with Sindel is the variation 3, if I haven't mentioned it yet. Pretty sure I did though. But Kodo. Kodo is amazing. I feel like Kodo is being heavily slept on. The character literally is like perfect. The only thing that stops him from being right here is he doesn't have a fast mid check. If he had a fast mid check, he would be up here. But because he doesn't, he's like right here. How can I put him? Kodo is one of the characters that describes like Oki in a nutshell. It's like Garrus too, but he's the second best. No, he's the first best ranged Oki character in the game. His Oki is ridiculous, and if you don't know what Oki is, I have a whole video on that. Just search Nickopz Oki, but his Oki is ridiculous. Like after he throws you, you have to guess forward twos. He gets really good damage if they clip you. He has a fast high to compete in the neutral to make up for his lack of a fast mid. He has command grabs and gets good damage off of them. He just gets good damage in general. And the best variation, in my opinion, is Ascension. Since I'm mentioning command grabs. And all his variations are pretty much solid. Well, not the cat one. That one sucks. But the other two are solid. Like, character is just very, very good. That's how we put him. Like, he's a very, very good character. And I think that people should stop downplaying him. Because people act like he's like right here towards the end of A tier. He's not. He's really good. But yeah, that covers Kodo. Now, up we have. Now, a lot of people might not agree with this placement. But I think this is where this character belongs. And I would say this character has had the most controversial placings in this community because a lot of people judge him like offline and online and go back and forth with the whole thing. But Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is an amazing character. Okay, first things first. I made a whole video discussing how I feel about this character. A lot of people try to say this character isn't good because he doesn't have a fast, reliable mid, and that's about it. Like I said with Johnny Cage, you don't need a good mid if you have a good high and a good low, and he has both. This character is very solid. He is good. If you flat out remove the overhead from this character, just completely take it away, he would still be a solid character. He doesn't even really need the overhead like that. I mean, matter of fact, let me scratch that. Him having the overhead is fine. But if a Sub-Zero completely just doesn't use it, they can still do some things. Because he has very good counter zoning, a very good high for neutral, a very good low for keeping you checked, and he's just solid. Good meterless damage, good crushing blows. The only thing that I would say really sucks about his character is his down one. His down one is basically a high, and it's horrible, but it's fast at least. But besides that, his character is chilling. Like, I don't know. I see what I just did there, but I didn't really mean to do it. But this character is chilling. It really is. And this character just has so much controversy going around him, and I don't understand it. But if people want to debate him, I guess you could put him like right here or right here. But Sub-Zero is amazing. I don't understand why there's so much controversy around him. He's just good. And right after I made my Truth About Sub-Zero video, 2 Sub-Zeros went off to win offline events. Like, it was perfect timing when I made that video. His character's amazing, and I don't understand why the controversy is just so much. He's just good. Now, and the best variation is Dead of Winter. Now we have Noob Saibot. I think this character is amazing. Seeing double is the best variation. He is just poking the special. A fast mid. It wasn't really relevant in his other variation because you can punish him, and he has matchup problems. Like, if Noob didn't have matchup problems, he would be up here. But this is a character where you need a secondary. So I might like put him right here or more towards the end. We'll come back to Noob, but Noob is one of those characters where you just can't play him. Like, you need a second character with Noob because some of his matchups are horrible, but the matchups he does thrive in, he has his way with you. Like, he just does whatever he wants. And the character is just amazing. He is a very good character. And he has his way with you in a lot of matchups, like I said. If he can keep you at that slide range and you can't really contest, then good luck against that character. Now we have okay. So up now, let me make sure we get right. Well, I get this one right. Jax. I think Jax is a very good character. And in my personal opinion, I feel like he's a little downplayed, but not heavy. Jax was one of my predictions as the most hated character in this game at a time. I made a whole video about it and everything. And there were people trying to come at me saying I was wrong about it. The thing about this character is the third variations coming out completely like overshadowed this character. So after I made that video, then just a whole bunch of variations got dropped in the game. And with that being said, I think that took this character out of the limelight. But if the third variations came out a little later, I think he would have been one of the most hated characters in the game because people can't stand him, and he was being played by like one of the best players in the world. So a lot of people were hopping on the bandwagon with him, and this character is just solid. Like, he doesn't really have a flaw besides how he has to play against you in the neutral. But besides that, he does what he wants. Like, fast mid, overhead, low, like good staggers for days. You can mash his heart out. Good counter poke checks. Like, character's solid. He's just good. I think he could be debated for like right here, but he's just a solid character, in my personal opinion. So yeah, I might put him towards the end, but like, what are you complaining about if you play Jax besides the fact that some characters really just dominate him in the neutral? Besides being dominated in the neutral, he does what he wants. He doesn't really have that I don't care about neutral consistent move like the other two lackluster characters that don't have like tools in the neutral. Like I would say Sonia and Liu, they at least got the fireballs. He doesn't have nothing like that, but he doesn't really get zoned out either. He competes in zoning wars. He just has to get started first, but he's chilling. Like character's good. Now we have Katana, and I'm gonna put Katana right here. Katana, in my opinion, is a very good character now. She got flooded with buffs in the last patch, and that bumped her up here. She does not need any more changes. She's perfectly fine where she's at, and I don't ever want to see this character touched again because we do not want another MK10 Katana where they just kept on, and kept on buffing her until she was like up here in that game. But she's like right here in my opinion. Katana is just, you know, your average old zoner with good buttons, and she's just good now. Like they gave her what she needed, and she's just chilling in this game. Oh, best variation with Jax, by the way, it can be debated between the hunker down variation and the variation with the launcher, but I would say hunker down. That's like the best pick. But the thing with Katana is she just plays Katana. Like I don't know which other way to put it. Like Katana has her own little unique playstyle that nobody else really plays in the fanfare variation. Like it's like she wants to be relevant in neutral and relevant in zoning and have combos, but she doesn't really have anything too oppressive. It's usually like just the right amount when you're looking at this character. But I would say that as of now. But she's just a really, really good character now. I wouldn't say they buffed her up here to like some people saying, but she's just good now. And there was no way this character was not going to be good because they just won't allow Katana to be horrible. Like every time, like this is probably the most buff character I've ever seen in any game. Like they just keep on buffing her. So she was like right here, but nobody was really worried about it. Or they shouldn't have been worried about it because they just won't ever have Katana be horrible. Like yes, this is actually the most buff character I've ever seen in any game. But yeah, that's Katana. Quick hot fix to the video. I noticed I didn't talk about Highborn that much. Highborn is a amazing variation, like just 100% freaking good. And soon as it got a couple of buffs, it was amazing. And I feel like that it's on par with Fanfare now. It can be debated, so I don't know which one is really the better one out of those. It's still too soon to tell. But yeah, I just want to like mention that because I noticed I left that out. But yeah, let's get back to the video. Alright, let's continue the video. Steam messed up the video, so I had to restart the recording. Let's get right back into it. Now, Cassie, this has been the hardest character to place. Like, she is very, very hard to place. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I still don't know where to put her because she has amazing tools and is a amazing character, but she has very, very obvious weaknesses that hold her back from being up here where she was. So I'm not sure. Or like right here, she was towards the end of the best, or like, you know, the bottom of, I mean, the top of S minus and the bottom of S. That's where she was, but the nerfs she gave, the nerfs that they gave this character did impact her. Like, she should not have 950 health at all. Like, I think that's the worst thing that they changed about her. And her up 2 is trash, and her fatal blow is trash. And she has, you know, problems with damage in the corner if she's playing the better variation, which is Digital Soldier. And this character is very hard to place, in my opinion. I would put her like right here or here. So I'm gonna put her like right here, and then we're gonna go into the A tier. Like, I think she's around there. She's one of the better characters in the game, but she is held back by the fact that she has 950 health. I don't know why she has 950 health. Like, she doesn't warrant having that much health. She is just a solid character with clear-cut strengths and clear-cut weaknesses. Like, and that's about it. But yeah, I think that completely covers these two tiers. Now, let's get into A tier. Now, I would define A tier as these characters, in my personal opinion, they should not be touched at all for the most part. They, I would say, are like the fair characters. They struggle in some matchups, they do good in some matchups. But this character, if you're these tiers, like below here, well, matter of fact, let me not get into those. But the A tier is a tier like if you just want to have a character that is good, solid, they don't have that much dirt, they're just a solid basic character. That is the A tier to me. So yeah, let me start placing characters in there. Now, number one of the solid A tier. Now, a lot of people might disagree with this one, but this is just personally how I feel about this character. Erron Black. I think Erron Black is a good character now. He got really, really good quality of life changes, and I think he's in a perfect place. Doesn't have that much dirt, in my opinion. Just a solid, basic character. If you just want to pick up and have a nice, jack of all trades type character, I think he's very, very solid and good. This is where I place Erron. I know a lot of people hate this character and lag and everything, and they say he goes up like right here when it's in lag. But yeah, that's how people feel about Erron for the most part. But I just think he's solid. The problem with Erron, why he isn't like right here in my opinion, is mainly because I just don't think he has dirt like he did when he was ridiculous. Like he used to be up here, but now that his dirt is gone, I think he's like just a solid, good character, basic, viable, just good. But now, get into the other character, Baraka. Now, Baraka is one of those characters, in my opinion, that a lot of people are downplaying. This character does way too much damage to ever. He has way too much damage, and his tools are not horrible to where you can put him right here like a lot of people are placing him. Like he's not there. The character, in my opinion, is here. He's really, really good, but I don't think he has dirt. Like that is the biggest thing for this tier. Like they don't have a bunch of dirty stuff. It's just a lot of good solid play for the most part, and that's what Baraka is. He's just good solid play. We're not gonna see the character played at the highest level like that because he has obvious things that are holding him back because he has so much damage. But yeah, I think this character is just really good. That's about it. Like really good damage. His throw game is not that good until he gets you in the corner, but a lot of people's throw game is good in the corner. Good chilies, decent zoning, but his biggest problem is you can out neutral him hard. But besides that, this character is chilling. Like, you know, just pair him up with a good secondary, and you're having a easy time. I wouldn't say very, very easy, but you're having an easier time if you give him a good secondary to go along with him. But he's good. He really bullies characters that have to get close to him because then you're just guessing, the shimmy, the grab, or eating all that freaking damage into tick damage, and that's about it. Just solid character. The best variation for Erron Black is 52 card pickup, and for Baraka, it's Marauder. If I haven't mentioned that yet. Now, this third character in A tier is the most overrated character in this game, in my opinion. The most upplayed character that basically goes hand in hand. And that character is Cabal. Before I say anything about Cabal, I have a lot of videos talking about this character. I grinded to freaking top 100 with this character in the past. I've played this character a lot. I 1,000% understand this character. And I can tell you, like, for real, this character 100% is mid tier. I know that might sound crazy to a lot of people, but he really is. Anybody who has really played Cabal will tell you that he's just a solid mid tier. Character is just not up here like people think he is. But I honestly understand why people think he's so good, because if you read out what he has on paper, it seems crazy. till you actually play with him, and you're like, oh, okay, so this mid is basically high against a lot of characters. Oh, this 9 frame mid is not that good. Oh, even though he's, you know, lore wise a fast character, he's really not fast. So he gets outzoned. Oh, his projectile's not as good as people think. Like, he's just a well rounded character, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just people need to stop upplaying the crap out of him. He's just solid. People completely upplay the crap out of him. And like I said, I understand, but if people would just actually play this character and try to see for themselves instead of just, going on and on about it, then they would see him for what he truly is, a mid-tier character. But yeah, that's Cabal. He's just a solid, well-rounded character. Now, one thing I will say about this character that is unfair is his jump 2. His jump 2 is like just crazy, like for real. It really is. But if they nerf his jump 2 or anything, they should buff something else about him then, if they choose to nerf that. But yeah, that's Cabal. And his best variation is clean cut. Now, let's get on to the next character. And that character, let me bring it up on my second screen. We have Jade. Now, Jade is a very interesting character. In case y'all don't know, I played Injustice 2 back in the day, if y'all don't know. And Jade is basically right where Supergirl was. Well, she is where Supergirl was at a point. Supergirl was a solid character for the most part, but the thing about Supergirl is she had no damage. But she had all the tools. She just completely had no damage. Now, the thing about having no damage is you can still be good in this game and not get a crazy amount of damage. Cetrion is a big, point. How can I put it? She's a good example to use. That you don't need good damage to be a good character, but you have to have very, very unfair tools like she does. Jade doesn't have anything that's like too unfair besides the phase or whatever it's called in Emerald Defender, but Cetrion's just bloated with unfair tools. Jade is just full of tools, but they're not really unfair tools. So she's good because her tools, the fact that she has a lot of tools make her good, but the fact that she doesn't have a way to get consistent good damage holds her back, in my opinion. And if they ever did give her damage, then she would be up here, or like right here. But I think that they should change the character in a different way. Now, the thing about the A tier characters is I'm not opposed to any of the A tier characters getting like a tiny buff to freshen them up or liven them up. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there too. But for the most part, Jade, she is solid, but the damage makes her lackluster. And Emerald Defender is one of my personal top 3 most hated characters in this game. So there's absolutely no bias to this tier list at all. Y'all know how I am. And I freaking hate Emerald Defender. I only respect the Jade players that play the other 2. But yeah, this character is not as crazy as people say she is. But I do think she needs one change that I will talk about in a later date. Because if she stays like this, they're going to give her a damage buff and just make her stupid. But she doesn't really need that. Wait, where did she go? I accidentally just dropped her in the list somewhere. But yeah, that is Jade. Oh no, she's still there. I had looked away for a second. Okay, so now we have Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung is a good character, but I don't feel like he has any type of dirt. He's just solid basic play. He's annoying, very, very freaking annoying, and he's just well-rounded, but kind of lackluster, in my opinion. I don't think we're ever going to see this character really get the light of day like that. Like, he's solid, don't get me wrong, he has some matchups where he completely destroys. Matter of fact, I think he's like, I would put him right here or here. Like, he's solid, but just no dirt. That one nerf that they gave him where they nerfed his damage, it really affected him. It didn't make him horrible, but he's just like a nice, decent character. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. It's just he's okay. He doesn't really have dirt like that though. If you're playing Shang Tsung, you're not beating nobody with gimmicks or anything. It's just like solid play, you know, stuff like that. Well, the Soul Eater variation, you can end up beating somebody with gimmicks or whatever it's called, shape shifter. Y'all know which one I'm talking about. And the best variation with Jade is the Emerald Defender one, if I haven't mentioned that one. But yeah, Shang Tsung, his best variation is Warlock, in my opinion. And I think he's just a nice, solid character. There's not much dirt to me. Now we have scoot this. In fact, let me scoot this down. I'll have to click it out. Now we have Frost. Well-rounded character. Like, if you're noticing things about this tier, this is the like well-rounded tier. But that's what Frost is. She's a well-rounded character. Now, the best variation with this character can be debated between the third variation and Ice Machine, in my opinion. I think that honestly, Frost is just a well-rounded character. Good mid, good range. She can be annoying in the variation 3 with that dive kick stuff. Good projectile. She's just well-rounded. No dirt. It's just basic, solid play. But she's not hanging with the characters up here, in my opinion. Even though she has some good matchups, she's not consistently hanging with some of the best in the game. I feel like some people think she's like low-key right here or there, but no, she's just good. I didn't understand her before, so that's why I didn't talk a lot about her, but I get her now. She's just basic and just solid. Now, we have B tier. Now, this tier is basically, it's still viable, but I feel like these characters are lackluster for the most part, like really, really lackluster. These are characters you 100% need a secondary with, and we're not going to see these characters just, how can I say it? We're not going to see these characters do amazing a lot, but people can have their day with these characters. Now, let's get into this tier. Oh, wait. Matter of fact, I left out Spawn. Spawn is, how can I put Spawn? He's a good character, but it's still way too soon to judge him. But variation 3 with Spawn can potentially end up being right here. But variation 2 is like the more solid one that most people use. But I'm going to put Spawn like right here. Spawn is a space control type character that is meant to control the neutral with his oppressive neutral buttons. And he's meant to play lame like he is. Me personally, I don't like that they made him that way, and I think it was honestly a letdown. But it's their game; they can do what they want. They decided to make him more of a lame type, heavy zoner. Like, he's not a heavy zoner, but his zone is definitely potent, and he's meant to throw out a lot of projectiles. To be honest, but yeah, that's Spawn. Spawn's just meant to play the lame game, keep you at a certain space, and just do what he wants. Play at a range where you can't contest. But it's still too early to tell with this character. It really is. But yeah, let's get back into B tier, because I already talked about it. Now, the first character in B tier is Kung Lao. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know how I feel about this character. If you're new here, just type Nickopz Kung Lao and you will see plenty of videos on how I feel about this character. I still feel like the community is upplaying this character heavy, obviously, but just give it more time, y'all. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about Lao. Give it more time. Yeah, that character, in my opinion, is not good. Has not been good since launch, and people upplay him a lot. So I got to say about him, I've talked enough about that character, you know, the past year. Now let's get into Devorah. Devorah is a character I feel like a lot of people upplay also. People act like she's here or here, but she's really here in my opinion. She takes way too much work to make potent. And with Joker in this game, he completely ruled her out as a character. Like there's no reason to play her over Joker at all. Like Joker does everything that Devorah does, but better. Like literally everything that Devorah does, Joker just laughs at it. He doesn't care. I did it again, but see what I did there. But never mind. I didn't even mean to do it like I did with Sub Zero. But she is lackluster in my opinion, and I think so. B tier. I think B tier needs buffs, in my personal opinion. B tier and C tier, they can all go for some buffs. But yeah, this is where I place Devorah. I feel like she's heavily, heavily overrated. Up now, we have Scorpion. I feel like Scorpion, matter of fact, Scorpion can go in between. Oh, wait, best variation for Kung Lao, Lotus Fist. Best variation for Devorah, I would say Buzzed. Scorpion. Scorpion's an interesting one. Scorpion, in my opinion, is a. It's hard to place freaking Scorpion because I made a whole video about this character discussing how I feel about him. And I feel like this character. I made the Truth About Scorpion video if you want to see it. But the thing people got to realize about Scorpion is Scorpion, no matter how horrible he is, he will always have his place because he is freaking the number one anti-zoner, like ever. Like, and for the most part, he just doesn't do much. Like, I know it sounds weird, but the character just don't do much at all, and there's absolutely no reason to play him besides being a heavy counter picker. Like, if you're a heavy counter picker and you want to get rid of characters such as Jade or Cetrion or basically any Adenian, Scorpion is, the go-to character for that. But besides that, Scorpion just doesn't do much, and it doesn't warrant playing him. But the fact of the matter is, the character, he completely just makes some people shut down. Like, because you still have to deal with teleport. No matter what, you're always going to have to deal with teleport. And teleport is a mind game in its own. So no matter how good or horrible Scorpion is, or how good or horrible the Scorpion player is, you're always playing Scorpion's game, whether you like it or not. So with that being said, I think I would put Scorpion like right here. Yeah, I think that's a good spot to put Scorpion. Now, let's get into C tier. C tier is, in my opinion, for the most part. Oh wait, I forgot Kano. Oops, I forgot all about Kano. Kano is like right here. Kano is a very good character, but matter of fact, I would put him like right here because Dirtbag has some dirt, and you could do some dirty things with that variation. But for the most part, Kano is a character where you need a secondary. He's a well-rounded character. He can open people up. He has a crazy play style. He's meant to keep you guessing, just make you feel uneasy at a lot of times, like Scorpion in a way. But they don't really play alike. Besides the fact that you're meant to play them both crazy. Even though the best Scorpion players are the players that have really good neutral, just pointing that out. Even though they could just pick another character and do so much better. But yeah, back to Kano. Kano, in my opinion, is just a solid, well-rounded character. A very good mid, a decent low, a good overhead, good projectiles. He's just solid. Not too much dirt. He's not really hanging with the top tiers like that, but a good player can really make this character shine if they put in enough work with him. But in reality, there's just not, enough reason to put in a lot of work with this character when you could pick plenty other characters. But if you really like Kano and how he plays, then go for it. He's still a very solid character. Now let's get on to C tier. This tier, I feel like these characters for the most part are unviable, and there's absolutely no reason to play these characters whatsoever, and they are in desperate need of a buff. And let me just go ahead and list them. Go ahead and list these characters right here. Okay, so all these characters absolutely suck. I don't feel like it's debatable at all, but let's get into why all these characters suck. So, oh wait, best variation with Scorpion, I don't think I mentioned it, is Reborn. Now, these three characters, shaking my head. Scarlet, her best variation, I think it's called Blood Drive, the one that doesn't have the parry. Scarlet, in my opinion, she's just very lackluster. I don't understand why this character hasn't got actual buffs yet. If you don't understand why Scarlet isn't that good, I made a whole video going in depth about it, like why she isn't really good. But this character is horrible. She really is. She doesn't really do much. Everything she has can be punished. She has so many freaking gaps. She doesn't get rewarded for much. She's just horrible, a horrible character. She's a bad zoner. That's the best way to put it. Now, she's still annoying because she's a zoner, but people need to understand annoying does not equal good. And she's one of the worst characters in the game, in my opinion. A lot of people might disagree with that, but that's just how I feel about Scarlet. Now, Raiden. Now, with the Raiden crit, okay, put it like this. With people going crazy about Raiden, people thought Raiden was up there, and I didn't address how I felt about Raiden at all. I'm not sure on that, but I'm pretty sure I didn't make a video talking about how I feel about it. And that's because I knew it was just hype and it was going to die down. Raiden is not good. Raiden is not good. He never was good. And at this point, I don't know if he ever will be. And it sucks. Raiden was my first main in this game, in case y'all don't know. And of course, I dropped him because the character's just too terrible. I'm not dealing with that crap. Like, he is horrible. His mids are lackluster. He doesn't really have a real archetype. Well, his archetype is incomplete. He's meant to be like a counter zoning 50-50 character, but his 50-50 suck. Like, everything about this character sucks. All his variations suck. Even though the best one is, in my opinion, I would say Raiden is the best one, but the character is still horrible. Besides that, it's like he doesn't really do much at all, and there's absolutely 100% no reason to pick this man over anybody. He does nothing, and he really needs buffs. So yeah, that's Raiden. Now, Shao Kahn, the worst character in Mortal Kombat 11. Like, I made a video talking about him recently. I just really don't understand why they didn't like buff this character. This character was literally just pre-order bait. That's what he was. Like, that's all they used him for. I really feel like this character was the last character developed, and then they just wanted the pre-order money, so they were like, we just go ahead and show him Shao Kahn's in the game. Like, this character literally feels and looks, by playstyle wise, not talking about his design, he looks incomplete. Like I just said, his playstyle, like the way he plays, it doesn't even look right. The character is horrible. Like, his highs are alright, but they're not really good. His projectiles are not good. His plus frames are not good, filled with gaps. His mids are not good. Like, everything about this character absolutely sucks. He has no redeeming qualities, but the fact he can get good damage if he hits you in a good situation. Besides that, this character is horrible, and they honestly really messed up on him. And I don't understand how they have flooded so many other characters with buffs, but won't give him any. Like, why can't Shao Kahn get any buffs? They have something against him? I don't know. But yeah, everybody, that is my complete tier list. And that is it. So everybody, this is my tier list. I hope you all enjoyed it. And that's finally over with. That took longer than I thought it would. So yeah, that is everybody. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought about the tier list. Like I said, if you're one of those people that's just gonna look at like 2 or 3 placements and then try to judge it all from there, then I suggest you don't even say anything, because I don't think people who do that, I don't think their opinions matter. But besides that, that's it, everybody. That is my tier list. I hope you all enjoyed. All right, time to show y'all my new end screen. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch and my Patreon. My Patreon link is in the description. Those are some of the rewards right there and everything. And that is my Twitter right there and my Twitch. And I hope you all have a good day, and I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Nickopz out.